In the years 2025 to 2026, Canada is no longer in a safe zone. Russia has increased its presence in the Arctic. Iran has placed the Royal Canadian Navy on its terrorist list. Even Washington is exerting pressure regarding the F-35, and the NORAD structure could be adjusted. The United States has even had to deploy its own aircraft to fill capability gaps in Canadian airspace. There was a time when, according to a defense audit report, more than half of the warships and patrol aircraft were assessed as not combat ready due to a lack of maintenance and personnel. So how much strength does Canada truly have left? And is it enough to protect sovereignty in an unstable world? We begin from the land foundation, the Canadian Army. The center of Canada's ground power is the German-designed Leopard 2 series, one of NATO's most reputable main battle tanks. Canada currently possesses approximately 80 to 100 Leopard 2 hulls of various variants. Among them, the 2A6M Con is the most powerful version, reinforced with mine-resistant armor and enhanced underbody protection following combat experience in Afghanistan. Additionally, there is the 2A4M Con, a more modernized upgrade of the original 204 standard, along with several 2A4 vehicles used for training and reserve purposes. In reality, the number that is truly combat-ready is not large. Compared to Poland, Germany, or France, countries that maintain hundreds of operational tanks, Canada's scale is far more modest. Canada does not maintain a large, heavy armored corps. Now, a Leopard 2 is kept at a sufficient level to deploy in NATO missions, particularly in Latvia, where Canada leads a multinational brigade aimed at deterring Russia. Accompanying the main battle tanks are vehicles that ensure the formation is not paralyzed on the battlefield. The Leopard 2 armored engineer vehicle carries a dozer blade, crane, and obstacle breaching equipment, specializing in clearing paths through obstacles and minefields. Meanwhile, the Leopard 2 armored recovery vehicle is an armored recovery platform capable of retrieving disabled vehicles under fire. These vehicles do not directly fire armor-piercing rounds, but they determine the ability to sustain operational tempo. If Leopard 2 represents firepower, the true backbone of the Canadian Army is the LAV 6.0 wheeled vehicle series. This is an 8x8 platform, developed by Canada based on the LAV 3 platform, equipped with the 25mm M242 Bushmaster automatic cannon. The LAV 6.0 has multiple configurations: infantry carrier, command, reconnaissance, and a direct fire support variant with greater firepower. Unlike many European nations that are reinvesting in heavy-tracked infantry fighting vehicles, Canada chooses a philosophy of strategic mobility. Wheeled vehicles are lighter, easier to transport by C-17 or C-130. J transport aircraft, suitable for vast terrain and rapid deployment requirements in peacekeeping or NATO missions. The Armored Combat Support Vehicle is gradually replacing the aging M113, assuming roles in medical evacuation, repair, and logistical support. The Tactical Armored Patrol Vehicle focuses on patrol, convoy protection, and counter-improvised explosive devices, reflecting experience from Afghanistan. However, the Tactical Armored Patrol Vehicle has faced controversy regarding stability during off-road maneuvering. Some vehicles are equipped with the C-16 automatic grenade launcher, the MK-1940mm, providing area firepower against infantry and light fortifications. The Canadian Army is not a heavy assault force, but a medium-scale wheeled mechanized army that prioritizes rapid deployment and coalition coordination over prolonged conventional warfare. If armored vehicles determine mobility, artillery shapes the tempo of the battlefield. The core of Canada's long-range firepower is the M777 155mm towed howitzer, an ultralight artillery system developed by the United States and the United Kingdom, notable for its titanium alloy structure that significantly reduces weight. The M777 has a conventional firing range of approximately 24 to 30 kilometers, and when using the M982 Excalibur guided munition, This distance can reach up to 40 kilometers, with high accuracy due to the global positioning system. This is not merely a type of shell, but a long-range precision strike capability, allowing Canada to hit critical targets without firing multiple adjustment rounds. Alongside the M777 are lighter systems such as the LG-1 Mark II and the C-3 105mm howitzer. These guns can be rapidly deployed by helicopter or transport aircraft, suitable for vast terrain and flexible response requirements. They do not offer the same range as the 155mm, but they are extremely useful in mobile infantry support missions. To protect forces from enemy fire, Canada employs the AN/T PQ-36 counter-battery radar. This system can detect the trajectory of artillery shells, mortars, or rockets, thereby determining the enemy firing position within seconds. In the modern combat environment, where artillery can decide the outcome within moments, rapid counter-battery capability is vital. In the field of air defense, Canada once had a significant gap. At present, ground-based air defense capability is being reborn with the Swedish RBS-70NG system, a laser-guided short-range air defense platform. Unlike infrared homing missiles, the RBS-70NG is difficult to deceive with thermal decoys and can engage targets at a distance of up to approximately 9 kilometers. Canada urgently procured this system for deployment in Latvia to protect NATO forces against the threat of unmanned aerial vehicles and attack helicopters. Canada does not possess medium-range air defense or multiple launch rocket systems, so its firepower relies primarily on precision-towed artillery. This approach prioritizes accuracy and rapid response, but remains limited in prolonged high-intensity warfare. At the individual soldier level, Canada's firepower foundation begins with the C7A2 rifle and the C8A3 carbine, domestic variants developed from the American M16 and M4 design. The C7A2 uses 5.56mm ammunition and is equipped with Picatinny rails for mounting optical sights and modern accessories. Meanwhile, the C8A3 is more compact, suitable for urban operations and special forces. Fire support is provided by the C6 7.62mm, Canada's version of the well-known FN mag, along with the C9A2 in 5.56mm at the squad level. Against hardened targets or light vehicles, the M2 Browning 12.7mm continues to play an important role due to its superior power and range. In anti-armor missions, Canada combines multiple tiers of weapons. The Carl Gustaf M4, a new generation multi-role recoilless rifle, can fire various types of ammunition from anti-tank to bunker busting. The M72 light anti-armor weapon is compact and disposable, suitable for mobile operations. In a more modern segment, Israel's Spike LR2 missile provides beyond line-of-sight precision strike capability with a range of approximately 5 kilometers. Canada's sniper forces are also equipped with diverse systems. The C-20 designated marksman rifle serves in the semi-automatic marksman role. The C-21 TRG M10 allows flexible caliber changes. Most notable is the C-15A2 TAC-50, a .50 Browning machine gun sniper rifle that once set a record for hitting a target at a distance of more than 3,500 meters in Iraq. Alongside traditional weapons, Canada is accelerating its adaptation to drone warfare. The Raven Bravo and Blackjack perform short and medium-range reconnaissance. The Teal 2 enhances nighttime observation capability. In particular, the Switchblade 300 and 600 loitering munitions provide infantry with long-range precision strike capability, marking a shift from observer to shooter. Canadian infantry is transitioning from a traditional model to a structure combining individual firepower and unmanned systems, clearly reflecting the trend of modern warfare. Meanwhile, on the backbone of the Royal Canadian Air Force remains the CF-188 Hornet, Canada's version of the F/A-18A and B developed by the United States in the late 1970s. These aircraft have served since the 1980s and have undergone multiple upgrade phases to extend operational life. Although the airframes are aging, the CF-188 has been significantly modernized in avionics, radar, and weapons integration capability. This allows them to continue performing North American airspace patrol missions under NORAD, as well as deploy in NATO operations. In terms of firepower, the Hornet carries the AIM-120 Advanced Medium-Range Air-to-Air Missile with beyond visual range capability, along with the AIM-9 Sidewinder for close-range engagements. In the ground attack role, it can employ Joint Direct Attack Munitions Satellite-Guided Bombs, the GBU-12 Laser-Guided Bomb, the AGM-84 Harpoon Anti-Ship Missile, and the AGM-65 Maverick Air-to-Ground Missile. In the past, the CF-188 operated the AIM-7 Sparrow, but this semi-active missile now has only a limited or reserve role. However, it is necessary to face reality. The CF-188 is not a fifth-generation aircraft. It does not have a stealth design and does not possess sensor fusion comparable to the F-35. Canada also does not operate its own airborne early warning and control aircraft, instead relying on the United States system within the North American defense structure. Canada has signed a contract to purchase 88 F-35A aircraft that have been approved. But as of the 2025 to 2026 period, this fighter has not yet officially entered service. This leaves Canada continuing to depend on the Hornet platform that is more than 4 decades old. The Royal Canadian Air Force is therefore in a transition phase, still capable of defending national airspace, but not yet reaching the highest technological standards of modern warfare. Beyond fighters, Canada maintains a much broader air ecosystem, particularly in maritime patrol and strategic airlift. The most important platform is the CP-140 Aurora, a variant based on the American P-3 Orion airframe. The Aurora conducts long-range maritime patrol, Arctic surveillance, and anti-submarine missions. After multiple sensor and avionics upgrades, it remains the primary tool for tracking submarines operating near Canadian waters. On naval vessels, the CH-188 Cyclone helicopter performs the anti-submarine role with dipping sonar and the ability to carry Mark 46 torpedoes. The combination of the Aurora and the Cyclone forms an underwater surveillance network. In strategic airlift, Canada operates the CC-177 Globemaster III, an aircraft capable of transporting armored vehicles and heavy equipment across continents. Alongside it is the CC-130J Super Hercules, serving more flexible tactical missions. Recently, the CC-330 Husky, a version of the Airbus A330 multi-role tanker transport, has strengthened aerial refueling and long-range transport capability. In search and rescue, the CH-149 Cormorant and the CC-295 Kingfisher conduct airborne and coastal missions, particularly in remote northern regions. Pilot training is maintained with the CT-155 Hawk and the CT-156 Harvard II, ensuring personnel supply for the transition to the F-35. The Royal Canadian Air Force does not rely solely on fighters, but on an integrated system combining maritime patrol, strategic airlift, and NATO support, appropriate for a nation spanning 3 oceans. The backbone of the Royal Canadian Navy is the Halifax-class frigate. Commissioned in the 1990s and later extensively modernized, these are multi-role escort ships capable of surface warfare, anti-submarine warfare, and short-range air defense. The Halifax carries the evolved Sea Sparrow missile, the Harpoon anti-ship missile, the Phalanx close-in weapon system, and a 57mm naval gun. A towed sonar array mounted behind the hull allows detection of submarines at greater distances compared to hull-mounted sonar. In recent upgrade cycles, the evolved Sea Sparrow Missile Block II is being integrated to improve interception capability against highly maneuverable targets. For self-defense against anti-ship missiles, the ships are also equipped with the Nulka decoy system, an off-board hovering decoy designed to divert guided missiles. Combined with electronic support measures and electronic countermeasures suites, the Halifax has a layered defensive capability. In exchange, it is not a dedicated air warfare destroyer like the United States Arleigh Burke. Its primary role remains escort and formation protection. In the far north, the Harry DeWolf class is designed for Arctic patrol missions. With a reinforced hull and light icebreaking capability, it serves more as a presence platform than a heavy combatant. Near shore, the Kingston-class conducts patrol and mine countermeasure missions, a small but important force in protecting ports and sea lines of communication. Beneath the surface, Canada operates 4 Victoria-class diesel-electric submarines. These boats do not use an air-independent propulsion system, meaning they must surface periodically to recharge batteries. Although not as modern as many newer European submarines, the Victoria-class still provides deterrence and anti-submarine training capability in the North Atlantic and Pacific regions. In logistics, for many years, Canada lacked a dedicated replenishment vessel. The MV Asterix was leased as an interim solution, providing at-sea replenishment for the Navy. In the future, the Protector class, also known as the Joint Support Ship, is under construction to fully restore replenishment, refueling, and expeditionary support capability. The Canadian Navy is not a large-scale blue water strike force, but it is sufficient to protect national interests, maintain Arctic presence, and contribute to NATO missions. Canada is not a superpower and does not build its military to dominate. However, it remains capable of defending its airspace, maritime zones, and Arctic sovereignty while contributing to NATO. The issue is not quantity, but the speed of modernization. In your view, is Canada ready for the challenges ahead? Leave your comment. And if you want to continue exploring global military power, subscribe to the channel and follow the next episodes.